it's always mirrored
Yeah.
for the audience. All right, what's up? Sorry for the late start. I was trying to paint something and I go to grab it and it was a little streaky, so I had to put a second coat on. Um, and T was thinking his camera was mirrored, but it looks right on my end, so we're good. Robert's gonna miss the podcast. I forget. I don't think he said exactly why, but yeah, we got some stuff to talk
Was it
about.
Call of Duty?
No. Um. First off, I finished a game from 2025. Um,
Oh shit.
Metroid Prime 4 finally just pushed through,
Ah,
and you know, it's a love hate relationship. There's some stuff I enjoyed, and then there's some stuff that just like I was so sick of that damn loading screen to get to Mackenzie. After how many times you have to have him do something after you acquire something so that he can activate it for you, and it's like after about the 10th time, I'm like, man, this is kind of lame. I go to the tree area, and then I got to go to that cannon that teleports me, and then it's literally 30 seconds to get to that small area. Then you just go to like two rooms, and there's Mackenzie. And I'm like, I don't know if there. I just don't know if it was the Switch One holding it back. I don't know why it takes 30 seconds to load in that area is not that big. I mean, it's in an interior section. I know it's like probably just a completely different part of the game, like loaded up this completely different area. It's not all one open world. That just got to me towards the end. I'm like, God damn it! We just got the group together. Go talk to them. I'll go out find mech parts or something. I finally defeated the sandworm because didn't dawn on me to use the damn boost attack move. I don't know why that didn't even dawn on me whatsoever. Beat that, and then it's like, oh wait, you can't transport that. Go find Takabi, whatever the dude's name is. And I'm driving around the desert for 30 minutes, and finally I look up and it says look for smoke. He's usually in these areas. I find him, talk to him. He gives me something. I got to go back to Mackenzie so he can activate, the little chip, turn it into a teleporter. Then I got to go back out, teleport all the items. Then I got to go back in to like say, let's go, let's do the final mission. And it's just like, and then I didn't have enough the damn green crystals. I was like 85%, and I was scouring. Like I knew that you needed them because the switch ups review, and he was like, yeah, he had to spend like 2 hours grinding. I wasn't that bad. It took me like 15, 20 minutes. But I was like, I was purposely going out of my way to hit every green crystal. I scoured the desert. I got all the map filled in. There was no blank octagons. I did 5 of the 6 shrines, and I was still short. And I got to tell you, like, I was red in the face. I was so mad about that. I was like, how stupid is this? Like, I was going out of my way. Imagine, I feel like I play games a little more like I'm a little more prone to like go out of my way to collect everything, like I'm not just bypassing stuff. I'm not skipping through. And the fact that I didn't have enough, I was like literally like my heart race, my face was hot. I was like, this is absolute bullshit because I was purposely going out of my way to make sure this didn't happen. I didn't know you could go to a map or go to a screen and it showed you your progress. I never saw that screen until after. Luckily for me, it was literally like 15, maybe 15, 20 minutes to get the remaining ones I needed. But I was hot, man. I was like, fuck this game. I'm posting this. I'm not even gonna finish it. I'm just gonna take it out. I'm gonna sell the damn thing. Like I was so mad. And I just wonder if someone didn't know that, and it's like, what is that game that has that end thing that's N64 game that has at the end you're like, oh wait, I have to go collect all this stuff. Is that Jet Force? Wasn't there
where? What?
in their N64 game, like at the end, like you
Oh
find
yeah, I
out.
was. That's what I was thinking. Like, it sounds so much like Jet Force Gemini.
And clocked, it's like, well, it
Uh,
tells you need the crystals. I didn't know I needed to fill up like every fucking crystal in the
yeah,
desert.
yeah.
Like, I get why Switch Up was mad because he was reviewing the game, so he's probably going a little bit. He was probably just pushing through. I mean, I spent hours in the desert getting crystals and getting the map unlocked and going to the shrines. And Robert's like, yeah, I just had enough. I'm like, out of all the people that would just have enough and didn't have to go
That
back,
guy.
Robert, the
It's just skipping everywhere.
don't go, don't rescue Epona. you know, I don't think he is. I think a few years ago he was just very push through the game, get to the next game. I don't think he's like that anymore, so I can't give him crap for that. I think like 3 years ago though, he was definitely in that mindset of like get through the game as quick as possible, unless he absolutely loved it. I was stunned that he just had everything because I knew about it. I was going out of my way, so I was just so mad. I was like, this is absolute bullshit. What I ended up doing was just after I got him, I was like, you know what? I'm missing one shrine. I'll go to that shrine, and then I was like, oh, I don't have all the super shot version of the weapons. I still needed two more, so then I just went to two of the shrines and got that just to complete my arm cannon, and then went and did the final boss, and it was decent. Like the first stage, I don't know if you've beaten it yet. The first stage is kind of. I'm glad I didn't have to redo it when I died on the second phase because the first phase is a pain in the ass. The second phase is actually pretty cool, so I didn't mind. Took me 3 or 4 tries. I gotta turn this light off real quick because it's motion sensor. It keeps coming on and off.
Yeah, dead air, 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 dead air.
So overall, if I was gonna grade it, I think I land on a 7. That's kind of where I was. But when I realized I didn't have enough green crystals, it was like a 5. It's like, fuck this game. Like this is so stupid. Um,
I can't act like because again, I haven't gotten to that. I think I'm gonna be fine now that everybody keeps complaining about that. So I'll just
well,
make
the
sure.
thing is, I didn't realize the super bomb could destroy these bigger chunks. And you get that late. Like I don't know what it's called, psychic bomb, whatever it's called. It's a super bomb to me. You get it very late in the game, and there's also this companion, the mech companion guy. He punches through things that when you scan it says, oh, it's unpenetrable to weapons, and he like punched through the shit. So I was like, oh, I need that guy to be my companion. Or I'm building this mech. Maybe once I have the mech, I can destroy these. And I was like, oh no, I need the crystals now. So I didn't try the super missile, I don't think, but it's the super bomb. But let's check the chat here real quick. We got Artisan, we got Donnie, Lenny, Muhammad, what's up? Jay Biggs,
Be on that bullshit,
Meza
man.
T. Uh, yeah, I saw some Xbox stuff. We can talk about their showcase was announced, but yeah. So Metro Prime 4, 7. It's not bad. Like, I didn't hate it, but there's just so many times I was just like disappointed with. I guess it's more probably my personal expectations for kind of what I was hoping they would do with all these years in between, playing.
I was gonna say my expectations dropped once they had, basically the restart
Yeah.
and they tossed it back to Retro Studios, and I was just like, Retro Studios currently is not equipped to make that kind of Prime game.
Yeah, and they had to
So I
hire a
was
bunch of
like,
people. Like,
yeah, they hired a bunch of people, so I wasn't expecting a whole lot. I'm getting basically what I expected, so that's why it's not bothering me as much as some folks
the
probably.
thing
So
that bugs me the most, honestly, is like the like I said, the structure of, oh, I got the fire chip. Okay. Oh, Mackenzie. Oh, you gotta come see me. Then you gotta go all the way back to him, go through the loading screen, talk to him. He gives you. Oh, now you got the fire beam, whatever. And then
yeah,
then you leave. You gotta go same loading screen, get back to the world, and then I'm like, why couldn't you just? That needed to be streamlined. To me, that felt like just padding, just completely unnecessary. They couldn't think of any other way to like lengthen the game. Yeah, Robert's like, oh, it takes like 3 minutes to drive across the desert. Yeah, 3 minutes. Then you got to go into that area. Then you got to get off your bike and you got to walk to the cannon. Then I mean, it's a few minutes just in that part of it. And then you go talk to him, and it's like, I just feel like for me personally, it would have been better to. I'm not saying you couldn't have the desert at all, but somehow connect the worlds a little better. Now, the loading in Metroid Prime 1 was the elevators, like I feel like I can't remember the GameCube version. I'm sure they were longer than the Switch remaster, and then even on the Switch 2. Um,
Probably
that
a good 12 seconds, 12 to 15 seconds, probably.
Yeah, so I
Hmm.
literally captured the getting shot, and it's only into that one spot. You gotta go see Mackenzie. It's the whole 29-second clip you can save on the Switch. Two was that the just seeing your bullet or whatever fly through the air, and I just like some little stuff like that just adds up. Like just somehow streamline that. I don't mind. Like I didn't mind riding around on the bike, especially towards the end. Once I didn't have to get the green crystals, I actually enjoyed just ride the desert more because it wasn't just like, oh, green crystal, I gotta go off, go get that, go out of my way. Instead of just driving around, going from one shrine to the next, I didn't mind that. And then just there's times where like the this gyro aiming is like just amazing. Like there's these like puffy enemies. They don't pose any threat, but I'm just walking. I just tilt the camera up, shoot them, tilt the camera down, and keep moving. But almost every enemy, other than that, is so fast moving in those. What do you want to call them? They're like beasts, like off on fours. They're like the main, like They'd be like the space pirates of this game. I didn't. They were just creatures, and we find out they were mutated with the green crystals that were raining down. And like you shoot them with the missiles, they bat it away, and then you shoot your charge shot, and they just dodge it. So it's like, um, basically, I was just free aiming. I wasn't even locking on half the time. I was just free aiming to try to hit them, and I feel like this Prime 3, I said the same thing. I've been saying it for years. Like you got this awesome motion aiming, you got these slow moving shots and these fast moving enemies. It's not a very good recipe for um, mouse controls would be fine, but again the same issue. The enemies are so fast, your bullets are slow. You kind of have to aim. You have to predict where they're going to be. So that persists. It's I never lost that feeling playing even the final boss, and then the whole Silux is just like I forgot he was in the game. Like oh wait, yeah, actually a part of the story. He had really nothing to do with any of the story other than the intro and the final boss fight. So it just feels like they were trying to make a Metroid Prime game without having the team that made the Metroid Prime games. Maybe they had some people, and they're just like did the best they could, tried to emulate, tried to do some new stuff, and it just didn't come together like I was hoping. Especially paying $70 for it, like it's
I mean, yeah, a lot of the Prime, a lot of the Prime kind of team went on to do.
Time Splitters, right?
No, this is well, yeah, but actually, that was the GoldenEye Perfect Dark team that went on to do
Oh
Time
yeah,
Splitters.
yeah, that
Um,
was rare.
the
Yep.
Prime team went on to do like Halo 4 and Recoil, or what's that shit called?
Recore, yeah.
Recore. Because I remember them trying to like puff that up. Oh yeah, the team that brought you Metroid Prime,
Mm-hmm.
Recore. Hey, right, right, Mohammed, Recore.
That's still
Uh,
exclusive. That's still an Xbox or
it, yeah,
PC. I don't think it's ever been on
it's on
anything.
PC. I think it's on PC, right? I don't
Pretty
know.
sure.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, I was know why I was thinking the Rare's GoldenEye team. Yeah, they're the Time Splitters. Metroid Prime. Yeah, they just split up. The art director went into Halo 4. I think some of them came back, but either way, it's like it wasn't like in their DNA. So they probably just played the three games and like tried their best to like. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of their initial like design and elements and stuff just was like, hey, go play Prime 1 through 3. Everybody has to play these three games. Let's try to find out what makes Prime a Prime game. And
Recore isn't bad. It's not underrated though. Get that shit out of it. It's not underrated. It's not a bad game though. It's
it could have used a
I
little
have
more polish. I feel like it must have been a fairly budget title, I would guess.
I mean, it had some really good boss battles. Fucking that final battle match shit made me want to quit gaming. That final boss, Jesus. But yeah, So yeah, they had to re-up, like I said, the team, and I mean, they just weren't going to be equipped to deliver like a 9 out of 10 Prime game.
I forget what the
Their first,
Metacritic. I want to say it was low 80s, maybe low 80s, high 70s, maybe.
yeah,
See,
I'm gonna say low 80s. Um,
and
you looking?
you can look it up.
I'll look it up, man.
The cutscenes, though, I mean, I wish the game looked as like the cutscenes looked phenomenal. Like that to me is the best cinematics ever published by Nintendo. Like they look phenomenal. Um, I would say, I'm trying to think of like the things I liked about the game were just the prime elements they got right. I like scanning. I
Yes,
like
78.
switching weapons. You got, but they didn't really utilize like just the morph ball like sections. The few sections there are just they're not as creative. They're not as puzzly. They feel more like an imitation or they're just copying what was done before. It fine, but nothing like oh my god, I can't wait for the next like morph ball like maze puzzle thing or anything like. They were just kind of thrown in there. But I'd say the Volt Forge for me was the best part of the game. The entire thing, like going out, having to go out to the end, speaking of the morph ball, like go and start like put up something so start the power to it or whatever. You're out in the elements. Um, I just found that like the peak part of the game. Like I didn't like the volcano areas was like a whatever. I guess the ice area was pretty cool too. That had some cool sections. I like the companions. I really liked the whole concept, the whole execution of the companions. Man, like I almost feel like my big gripe is they kept covering their faces up. You did these awesome face like character models, and they just constantly putting their visors back over. And actually forgot what they look like till the end like sequence where you finally see them again. I really liked that part of it. I liked having non-helpless NPCs with you and the camaraderie and like I thought that was a
Not really
cool.
helpful though either, but that's all right.
Hmm.
Not quite helpful.
No, but they didn't
Not
like they
helpful,
weren't like a
but yeah.
hindrance like in
No,
some
no, yeah.
games like
That's more important that they
like
weren't.
Ashley from Resident Evil 4 in the original.
Right.
Um, the music didn't really.
I'm surprised. Like I'm looking at the Metacritic score, and there's 125 critic reviews versus 2,348 user score, and it's exactly the same, 78.
Oh yeah,
Both. That's
I honestly, I'm
right now for me it's an 8, so it's right
yeah,
around
I gave it a
right.
7, but I'm not mad at a 78. Like I'm not like oh that's too high.
Yeah.
I do feel like part of maybe for me is I've been saying it for years and I didn't want it to be true, but I'm like playing Doom 2016, Eternal, uh Titanfall 2, even some of the Call of Duties, having like a really quick
Sample size.
move set in the first person platform like Doom Eternal with platforming and having these abilities. I prefer Doom 2016 overall, but Doom Eternal's like the perfect like Metroid game if you take out all the gore and like the horde sections where you're just constantly shooting and just the platforming part of it. There's a stage where you're like in a castle in Doom Eternal with like green grass and you're doing this crazy platforming stuff and you're grabbing these certain areas you can grab and climb up. Like Samus should be able to do some of that badass stuff, and they feel like they basically did Prime One have the grapple where you could swing. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
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 I don't think I don't feel like you utilized it. It was kind of late game.
I don't remember using it too much. It was later in the game. So.
I just feel like maybe they just wanted to stay more purist, but I just think they needed to evolve. And Samus is a badass. It's the whole Metal Gear Solid thing. The cutscenes, Solid Snake is just that most acrobatic flipping around, doing all this cool stuff. And then when you play as him in the first 3 games or whatever, you have such a limited move set, you know, and it's just it always some. I know Red Knight always used to point that out too, and it's like it always just felt weird watching him do all this crazy stuff, and then all you can do is do like a 3-hit combo, like basic punch, and I
Yeah,
just feel like Samus, there was room for her to have like some really cool
yeah,
moves and like really intricate platforming sections using some new ability like an air boost forward instead of a double jump, do like the boost from like Dread, which
yeah.
Eternal kind of had something like that, and it worked really well. So I feel like it
I
was.
just didn't think this would be the game for that. You're right. I agree. I've said that for a while that Samus's abilities and whatnot need to evolve, but this was never going to be the game to do it. I mean, based on the circumstances, this wasn't
Yeah,
going to be that game.
I would hope that I don't know how well this game, if it did sell 1 million, you know, with Switch 1 and 2 combined.
It did, but I don't,
I don't think
that's
it's
it.
going to do
Like,
much more than that, to be honest. It's a shame because, like, I mean, visually, I'll say this: like, it's sharp, it's clean, but after playing Resident Evil 9, going back to this game, like, and this was in the remaster of Prime 1, they took away the bullets illuminating the environment when you shoot a missile. Like, that was in the original GameCube game. In the Prime 1 remastered, that was gone, and in Prime 4, there's no lighting from your face lights up every once in a while, but like I go from full like ray trace global illumination, ray trace shadows, realistic lighting, and then I go to one where I'm in the dark and I'm shooting my beam and it's not lighting anything up. I wasn't thinking about it before, but when I played Resident Evil and then went back to Prime, I was like, yeah, that just something like that. I mean, Quake 1 had freaking you shoot your rocket and it lit up the walls as it flew past, and I'm like, just stuff like that just makes it feel it feels like a really clean looking like 7th gen game to me at times. Like really beautiful textures, lighting, like the backgrounds, but when it's all like baked in lighting and stuff, it just kind of felt like it. But anyway, I'm sure Clock is pulling his hair out, going, "Wait, I'm spending way too much time. Sorry." Um, End of the day, 7 out of 10. I gotta say it's below Bonanza for me on my Switch 2 games
good.
list. So there's a positive. I like Donkey Kong Bonanza better than Metroid Prime 4. um, so yeah, I gotta give Mario Kart World my favorite like Switch 2 game, other than as far as like as far as Nintendo game. I still Silk Song obviously
Holy cow!
so and my next purchase. I mean, who knows? Like who Dust Bloods
Well,
probably if that's coming out. If Elden Ring turns out it's good and it's on the cartridge, I might buy it just to support it. But I can't see myself playing through that whole game. Um, what else? Pragmata. I still haven't played the demo. It's been downloaded for weeks.
Donkey Kong has always been better. I don't even understand that
No,
statement. I don't even
I mean Donkey
understand.
Kong Country Tropical
What does that even
Freeze is
mean?
great. But is it? How do you
Is
compare
it better
that?
than Super Metroid? How do you even compare, first of all?
They're
But
both great.
no, yeah,
Like
like
Metroid
they're
Prime is one
great
of
in
the
their own right.
best games of all time. I replayed the remaster and I still felt that way. So it's not like it was like, oh, it hasn't aged well for me. I still like that formula, but
Yeah.
um, yeah, I'm just right now I'm working through Dark Souls 3 and what else? There's something coming out that I was like, do I got to Oh, I was thinking about picking up Crimson Desert. I'm going to wait for a few more patches. Well, I want to talk a little more about that game because I don't even remember who the video was. Someone made a video and they were talking about like some site where people can anonymously post. They have to prove their credentials, but then they can post. It's about game development. They can be anonymous and post about something at a studio or something, but they have to prove. They have to use their work email, and then so somebody knows who they are.
Yeah.
There's some interesting stuff from that, and then all these patches kind of lend to make looks like it's true, but um, I feel like Saros comes out the end of April, so that's a month away. I definitely getting that day one. So I was like, Dark Souls 4 is probably gonna or 3. I keep wanting to say 4. that's gonna be probably a 40 hour. I'm 5 hours in, 5 or 6, so that's probably another 35, 40 hours, and then Saros, and I still think about picking up Crimson Desert. So I guess I don't. God, it wasn't Kit and Chris. It was just some random. It was a. I want to say it was a woman talking about it in a video. Maybe it wasn't, but could be complete wrong there. They were reading the anonymous whatever the site is, and they said it was like they called it an upside down triangle. Like everybody, there's like a bunch of people on top with ideas, and then the people underneath just had to do them, and that there was no. Basically, you're penalized for like pointing out flaws or pointing out critiques, or being against the whoever the head people. So they call it toxic positivity. I don't really agree. I don't really. To me, it's just like yes men mentality. I guess I prefer that, where it's just like, and then people are basically punished for like pointing out, hey, like this is probably not a good idea. Um, I've heard about the other game studios. I think I'm trying to think of that studio that was Concord apparently was like that. But whatever. What they're saying is Crimson Desert. There was so many ideas coming from the top, like the top people, and the people, the program, everybody on below just had to do it. So like somebody's like, I want to be able to do this from this game, and then they put it in the game, and so they put out a patch or a patch. Um, and the list was so freaking long. It was like 20 different things addressed, like the amount of items you can carry, change it so you can do this, like this leveling up or something all at once instead of having to do it like one at a time, one at a time, one at a time. You keep doing it, whatever it was, using items or something where you could just use multiple ones at once or do something. It's stuff that like played like, oh, it was Laura from for Xbox. What's her last name? Frank starts with an F.
Oh, you watched her video on
Yeah, that's who it was.
Crimson Desert. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. And she
I can't
said
remember.
um, she was going over it, but basically she worked on games, and she says the best results come from when people get in arguments and like fight something, and somebody's like, yeah, that's a stupid idea, and then people argue over it, and then like they play test it. They have their friends or their family. They have other teams from like within Xbox. Hey, come, can you start the game from the beginning? And they watch them play. Like they'd be on two-way glass or whatever mirror, and they'd watch people play, and they'd see the things people would do that they'd never imagined, and they're like, oh shit, we got to change that. And in her video, she's basically feels like that probably didn't happen because there's so many different things, and then the patch that they put out addresses so many like obvious issues. Like some of the stuff's just so obvious. Like why do you limit the amount of things you can carry when there's so many things in this game like early on, and then you like it just makes it tedious that you have to like get rid of
Well, I
stuff.
think they just kind of rushed it out because that was those are similar issues to Starfield. Starfield had stuff like that too, which is like I can pick up all this shit, but after I pick up a few things, I'm already like over encumbered. I'm like, what the fuck? It sucks. And it's not like you level me up quick enough to where I can carry more things. So yeah,
Yeah, there
it's
was another game that really punished you with slots, and I just had it. Is it Hogwarts Legacy? Kept running out of
oh yeah.
they try to pick up like items in the world, and you get a new piece of gear, a new hat that's like really good. Oh, you can't carry anything, so you have to close out. You have to either teleport somewhere, fast travel to sell it, or you just drop it and lose it, so you can carry. And then like you have to do all these, like I wouldn't call them tedious, but these puzzles. They're basically like shrines from Breath of the Wild, but they're just on the surface, and they're pretty simple, but are easy to figure out. But sometimes it requires like scouring the area, and you have to do a bunch of those to unlock like new slots to like carry stuff. And it's like, I mean, they're fine, but I'm always running out of space. It was so frustrating. It's like, yeah, they definitely aren't going to put that in the sequel. There's no way they're going to have that limited space thing, and it's just and it's a magical world. They could have just easily justified your unlimited amount of carry. Like, some games it works. Like Resident Evil, that's a key element to like the survival horror is your which items can you carry, which items, what's important to you,
Inventory
like.
management is a big thing. You just gotta.
But in a game like Crimson Desert, where it's like you're just picking
Yeah.
up, like if Breath of the Wild had you run out of room for all the shit you picked up, that would be stupid. Like it's
I
just
mean, obviously, you have like weapon slots and
yeah, the weapon slots,
they,
but like just the regular items you pick up,
yeah, like picking
it's
up apples and shit. Okay,
mm-hmm,
oh, I can't carry any more apples. Like what?
like that kind of stuff. But anyway, I probably never be able to find it, but they added specific stuff to PS5, but a lot of it was just like quality of life, no shit that should have been in the game stuff. And it just kind of it leads or lends credence to her hypothesis or reading those anonymous things that the
So you
development
think it's
studio.
beyond? You think it's beyond like rushing the game
Well, I
out?
mean, they've been
Because
working on a game for like 7 years, and it's changed
yeah,
significantly. That's the other part. It started out as an
yeah,
MMO, and then like all these
right.
ideas came in, and it changed, and then there's obvious like Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild inspiration. There's breast or inspiration from other games. They like they got flying stuff. They got
Assassin's Creed. You said Assassin's Creed?
no, but that one seemed
Yeah,
pretty obvious from the get go. But
yeah.
then there's like mechanics that you don't do for 20, 30 hours, and then like it doesn't. You gotta I forgot I could do that to solve this puzzle in the world. There's just a lot of stuff in there, and it's sounds like they're making corrections at a pretty decent rate. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure there was pressure to release it because this game's been shown for
Right.
like 3 4 years, and so I'm sure there's pressure to finally get it out. Just got to get it out and fix it after the fact. But it seemed like it wasn't like completely broken. It wasn't freaking
No,
cyberpunk.
that's the thing. That's what it's just a bunch of weird little things all over the place that kind of dampen the fun in the beginning. So,
Yeah, and like
I mean, yeah, go ahead.
the control schemes, I still haven't like watched a video on like what's so. I think it's like for controllers. There's just like some
Mhm.
weird button presses you got to do, like to
Yeah,
do
and you
certain
have to
moves.
remember them. And you leave this game for a week or
Mm-hmm.
something, come back, and you're like, what the fuck? I don't know what to do. I don't know what anything does.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm everybody says the same thing though. The world is so fun to explore. Everyone's like, even
Right.
the people that are like, I think IGN gave it a 6. I didn't really pay too much attention on the video or the review, but some people were obviously anytime a game gets a lower score than the average, there's always a
Yeah.
question. I remember the Skyward Sword one, the Tropical Freeze on Wii U gave it like a 6 out of 10 on GameSpot or whatever, 6.5, ridiculous, you know. Um, but
Insane. That was
other than
insane.
that, it seems like almost everybody just says the world's just really fun to explore. There's a lot of cool stuff. I mean, visually, it's a showcase. Um, you know, and especially like the PS5 Pro, it's like probably that and Resident Evil are the two games that just make the PS5 Pro like a worthy upgrade, like especially with the new PSSR version, and
Price
it's
going
like
up soon.
and that's going up to what 900, man. That's sucks, but I
Yeah.
mean, what are they supposed to do? I see a lot of people just getting mad at Sony for it on Twitter or X, whatever. And I know, some of it could be rage bait. I even called somebody out, and I know that the RAM prices. Well, why are you? Oh, they're sitting in some board meeting. They made this decision. Like we don't pay enough for everything else. Like you think they wanted to raise it to 9? Get the fuck out of here. Like it's just stupid. I mean, everything's. I mean, just building a PC, like the graphics cards. Some of them have doubled and tripled in price that have a lot of RAM on them, and like the RAM hasn't even been
You know what they
used.
did? No.
Like they haven't even used the RAM for the data centers yet. They just said no, we're not going to allocate commercial stuff because we're going to start manufacturing to AI. And so
Right.
that like it's just in that regard, maybe some of these companies are like, oh, we give us a reason to raise the price, or it's them trying to say, well, we have to because if we don't, we're going to run out of stock, and then we're going to have no graphics cards, and then we got to raise the price anyway. But In this situation, when Microsoft raised the price, when Sony's raised the price, I mean, Switch 2 is inevitable. I forget how many gigs of RAM it has. I want to say 12.
Or no, it ain't that much.
I think so, because two
Actually,
or
it might
three
be.
of it's a
You know?
system memory, are used for system
No,
in the game
you
chat.
said 12, and I said 16.
Oh yeah, it's 12.
Yeah, yeah.
The Switch 2 is going to go up. I mean, it sucks. It's going to go up. I don't know how much. Nintendo will. I'm guarantee you they'll eat some of it, more than I think, more than
Yeah.
most.
I have theories on what they might do, if I may.
Go ahead.
Well, I was just thinking, I'm surprised nobody else has said anything about this. I think one way they're going to mitigate the price is obviously just taking Mario Kart out of the bundle. And everybody, mentally you think Switch 2 is a $500
Mm-hmm.
console, but technically it's not because that's the Mario Kart bundle. Technically, without it, it's 450. And I'm like, the way can move that bitch up to 500 at minimum, and just take the game out, and it's just
Yeah.
$500, right? And that won't sting as much, I think. But another way is Switch 2 Lite. They could drop a Switch 2 Lite, save some money
No
on the
dock, you're
hardware.
saying? Just like a.
Yeah, get rid of the dock. Get rid of the detachable controllers, and maybe even get rid of the cartridge slot because they don't seem to care to use
Yeah.
that bitch all that much. Maybe make the bitch all digital. That'll also save some money, and sell that for 399 or something like that. Um, those are things that they could do without just outright raising the price. I mean, it's Nintendo, so Nintendo wants to be, and it's not, such they have to be, but they want to be a a somewhat decent, price level for the kind of the family consumer. Like they want it to be something you can buy and not feel like, oh, it's hurting your wallet too much, because they want, like the Switch, they want multiple Switch 2s in one household, and then that's what
Yeah.
helped the Switch sell. So I could definitely see them doing a Switch 2 Lite, um,
Well,
and
the other
maybe
thing
not the
is,
cartridge slot, but maybe.
first of all, the
Yeah,
Mario Kart bundles must be sold out because Best Buy has them through some. They just
yeah. I
posted
haven't even seen them like out in the
six
wild anymore.
nineteen, but that's not through Best Buy now. Just incorporates other sellers as right on there. You don't even know it till you click on the
I
listing.
hate when they do that shit.
It's
Yeah,
stupid.
I don't like it.
Walmart does
Yeah.
that. The other thing is this, you know, price difference between digital and physical. At first, I was like, oh, they're making the digital $10 cheaper, but then I was thinking about it, I was like, no, wait, actually, I think they're just adding $10 to the physical, and because these
Yeah.
games, the games they're talking about, we didn't know what the. I don't think they confirmed the price yet
Yeah.
beforehand. So like the digital version of Yoshi's going to be 70, I think, or 60 or 70. I think six. Yeah,
It's
60,
70.
and I think the physical's
Oh,
70.
digital. You mean you said digital? Yeah,
And
digital
I
is
think
60.
that's just them. I think they were
It's
gonna.
another thing. That's what I wanted to actually add into was that because Lenny's actually saying, well, how much is this cartridge slot going to cost? It's not. I'm guessing it's not that much. It's probably pennies to them, but
I'd say a couple
basically
dollars per.
forcing, yeah, yeah, basically forcing your consumer to buy digital
Mm-hmm.
is also a way
Yeah.
to help them mitigate some
Mm-hmm.
costs, because if making more money with you buying digital games, they won't have to raise the price. So that, and it's not so much the cartridge slot itself, it's also what the cartridge slot means, all digital
And it
console.
could just streamline the the Switch Lite
Yeah,
design. And
right. Getting rid of the cartridge slot may make the
I don't
design
think they
itself.
would, to be honest. That would be because they probably think the Switch Lite's going to be a companion console
Yeah.
for some people, and then to just remove the cartridge would be kind of. I mean,
Well,
I
I
wouldn't
think they're
say.
gonna do it now because it's not even been a year yet, and there's tons of uh, Switch 2 owners. Um, I can't. I mean, there's people who buy the Switch 2 who didn't have a Switch 1, which is insane to me. Like how
Yeah, Wilson,
you
Wilson
come
108.
completely blunt. Right, your guy Wilson 108. He didn't even have a Switch, and he's got a Switch 2, and it's just like that's kind of crazy. But there are people out there that fit that because you don't want the a Switch One owner is not going to want a Switch Two Lite or a Switch, a Switch Two Lite. They're not going to want because it's like, well, I got all these damn cartridges
Mm-hmm.
I can't even use at this point. Uh, so, but there's still an audience, you know. And again, Switch, you got to remember, Switch Lite didn't sell gangbusters I even thought it would. I thought it was going to
No,
sell
I
a
thought it'd
whole
be the
lot more.
new like main selling Switch when in
Right.
Japan anyway, not in the U.S.
Yeah, but it wasn't. People still said, no, I'd rather just get a Switch. So, right, it's not like you're going to sell, 40 million of them, but even 10 to 20 million Switch 2 lights, Switch 2 lights.
Switch Lite,
Uh,
Nintendo Switch 2 edition.
yeah, yes, exactly. That's what they're going to call it. Even that is significant enough, I think, for them to,
Yeah,
first of all, make some extra money and not have to raise the price.
I would
I think
say
that would be
yeah.
enough.
I think the there's no way Yoshi was gonna be $70 and they're giving you a $10 discount for digital. To me, they were gonna charge 60 for that, and they're like,
Yeah,
well,
I think so too.
let's try to help. We got an opportunity here with all the price increases stuff. We can make it look like a $10 less for the
Yeah.
digital version and entice people to buy digital, but actually they're raising the physical $10. That's what I think's happened. And
Yeah, I think so too. And we'll know for sure when
the next three
fucking
Mario
Star
and stuff,
Fox
yeah.
if that comes out right and
The
it's
game we
fucking
know would be 70.
$80,
Yeah, is
we'll
it?
know for sure that bitch is $80. Like, come on, y'all, come on. you know,
Yeah,
Even though
Yoshi's.
Mario Kart World is an $80 game, which is insane. Um,
Yeah, like so. I think the next major game, you're gonna see 70 digital, 80 physical. If it's not like a 2D
yeah,
Yoshi platform, you know. Um, but getting back to Sony, like I don't know. I know the Pro has 16 gigs of video RAM and then 2 gigs for the operating system, so it has 18 total. They kind
okay,
of, I feel like with the tariffs, they didn't do the as big of an increase as let's say Xbox did. It was like $50 for the Pro. I think it was 50 for the like the digital. PS5 digital was up to 500. So that first it was 400, then it was 450, then I think it went to five. I think that maybe they were a little bit more wary at that point, but now like I don't know. It seems I don't remember what the PS5 base model upgrade or price increases. I know the Pro was from 750 to 899, so that's 150 more dollars. That's just ridiculous. $900. There's no way. As someone who likes it and finally has some games that utilize it, you buy if you're thinking about buying the Pro, like buy it before like 2 days from now when the price goes up. Maybe that's what they're hoping, but
yeah.
nine
I mean,
hundred
I'm
bucks. There's
sure
no way.
they're hoping to see a nice little spike in sales there
Because
with that. I mean,
GTA Six
maybe
is.
heads up.
I think a lot of people were waiting for GTA Six to get the Pro because
Hmm.
um, whatever it's gonna do, if it's
Well,
like these last couple games, I mean it's definitely a decent.
yeah.
It's a significant enough improvement to justify like the original price of $699, but it's a tough.
I mean,
It's
I didn't get the Pro. I mean, I did get FOMO, so I went a little
yeah.
crazy.
I know. I'm most
I got me
interested in the
the
Portal. Like I
got me
almost pulled the trigger on a new one just for 200 before they increase, but I don't think I'll play it that often.
I will say these fucking controllers are still awkward to me for the VR.
Their new one.
Um, yeah, the VR2, I should say. Yeah, these like first of all, it takes me a minute to realize which
Which way?
which is which,
Let
and
me see
the
them.
weight just feels weird. I don't know.
Hmm.
Back up a little bit. Yeah, the weight is just it's like it wants to fall towards the middle.
Yeah.
I don't really
Need
like
to
that.
balance it out a little bit. How's the like
Yeah.
access to like the buttons and the
Well,
stuff?
everything's accessible. Yeah, it's everything is accessible, but it's gonna be a little taken used to because you have your triangle square over here, and then you have your circle
That's
X
weird.
over here.
That's really
Yeah,
weird.
so it's gonna take some time. But I don't, if you know VR games, they don't really go that crazy
Mm-hmm.
with utilizing all the buttons, so I don't think that's gonna be an
It
issue.
seems like an odd
But
choice though.
it is pretty odd. But yeah, I had made the mistake of looking. This is before even I was going even before the price. I knew the price was going up for the
Yeah, I
PS5.
didn't know you actually had
Uh,
them yet. I know you bought them. I didn't know you actually had them.
I was like, I'll
This
buy this now because the price looks really good, and I knew I could use it on PC as well. And I was like, that's good enough. And so, and then I looked and I was like, oh, that's a great price. I'll go ahead and get that and just hang on to it for a few months. Yeah, right. And then Sony announced the price increase, and I'm like, oh, better grab my PS5 while I'm here. I got a PS5 and I got a Portal. Um, I got used, so I didn't pay
you got the
full retail
original.
for
Looks like the original
any of it.
PS5.
Yeah, I always wanted, if I was gonna get one, I was gonna get the original anyway. I didn't like the slim design,
The only thing
me personally. So
I don't I know you used to watch Tech uh, the guy that puts Tronics Fix. They
oh,
some
Tronics
of
Fix,
those
yeah,
have dry spots from the damn vertical standing up vertically. The liquid metal runs off the and has dry spots on the heat sink.
yeah,
I'd probably attempt it, but it's not like something I'd want to do. That was one of the, like, I wouldn't say one of the reasons, but that was definitely part of the reason when I decided to get the Pro. I was like, you know what? I've had my PS5 vertically, like most of the time. I put it
yeah.
horizontally for a couple months before I got rid, but I had my Pro horizontally the whole time. It's like that's not something I would hope to have to do, but I think I'm pretty sure I could pull it off if I needed to. But that would be my only like concern about buying like a used
Yeah,
PS5.
I for me, I'm a techie. I can go in and do that kind of stuff, and I'm not gonna have it vertically anyway. Or yeah, mine's gonna be horizontal. I already bought like the horizontal. I bought like what do you call it? Laser printed kind of horizontal
Did it not
stand
come
for it.
with it?
So
Because they all came with them initially. So
no, this one didn't
it
have.
was kind of a clunky
Yeah,
thing. It wasn't well designed.
yeah,
I didn't like the horizontal stand. I like the new
yeah,
just the little posts that just go in and just hold up.
yeah. Wasn't it like a little kickstand or some shit?
No, there was the whole
Like,
base. There's this whole heavy
was it?
base. Yeah, and it
Oh,
was
okay.
like that's supposed to be for vertical too, but for horizontal it was awkward because it had to
Yeah.
obviously it had to hold that weird
No,
shape.
what I saw is what I bought is like somebody's really cool looking, and I mean, it has PlayStation logo and everything on it, a 3D print
Mm.
where it was like basically a leg on both sides, and it's like wrap around kind of thing. I thought it looked pretty cool, so grabbed that.
The only other thing I know the battery life has like tripled since the original PS5 controllers. I don't know if I think there's a way to tell which version the controller you
Hmm.
have. So if you're only getting like 3 4 hours, now I get like
Well,
15 on my new one.
well, I'm guessing it's not the controller I got because it's not the white one. It's a blue
Oh,
one.
so they bought.
I don't know, so I don't know.
It's definitely not a. Well, I guess I don't know. Did they have color ones at launch? Probably not. So it's probably the
I don't think they had
revision.
colors at launch.
The
Yeah.
the first revision doubled the time, so you get like 8 to 10, and then now it's like I said, I go like 15 hours
Yeah.
now. So
And again, worst case, I'll fucking throw my own battery in there. That's
yeah,
something
I don't know if it was a
I'm good at doing.
battery improvement or just it had to have been. Because what else? Maybe
Yeah,
it's a bigger battery in the new one,
might
or
be.
just they made it more efficient.
Hmm.
Maybe it's just a better battery. Or they found a ways to like not have the drain so much in like
Or I
software.
just buy another controller
Or you could
at
have
the
it
end of the
plugged
day.
in. You're not gonna be like that far away.
Yeah, my setup, I'm like real
So now
close to my
you
TV
getting that
anyway.
Astro Bot? Did you already pick it up?
Definitely put Astrobot in. I'm
Or
not going crazy right now because I
Astro Bot
mean,
or Astro
there's only a
Playroom?
couple games, huh?
Astro Bot or Astro
Yes.
Playroom?
Playroom is free, isn't it?
Yeah,
I'll fucking download that. But yeah, the game Astrobot, I bought. I
definitely
bought
play
that already.
Playroom first because there's no going back after Astro Bot. It took that that's that
Yeah,
game
yeah, I'm
from.
gonna do the Playroom first. Well, I might feel that way already because of the
Yeah,
Rescue Team,
Playroom is definitely like a
VR game.
stripped
So
down version.
yeah,
Um,
that's where I started with Rescue Team on with VR. So uh,
it just sucks
I
that they didn't
can't
have the
believe.
backwards compatibility with the VR. That just
Yeah, I mean, like I get it for controls, but at least for the headset, why can't I? Because the headset does the same thing. It's just a better headset.
mm-hmm.
I wish there, at that point you just need a software update. Yeah, I'll still use my, but I guess you can't use
The
your
Move
your no, the PS4 controller and PS5, right?
for
That's
PS4
that's
games you
not a
can.
thing. Oh, okay. So, all right. Well, obviously you have to because the backwards compatibility with, especially with VR. But
So
yeah, like that should have been, to me. That didn't seem like it's that big of a deal. I mean, obviously there's still going to be some work involved, but at least let me get the visual bump
yeah,
with the
how does it
headset.
look? Have you played anything on it?
I don't have the PS5 yet. I
Oh,
got the VR headset. Yeah, I got the VR headset like days before I'm gonna get the PS5.
hmm.
So
I'll be
I'm just
curious how
sitting.
much better it looks over the.
Well, I've seen a lot of videos, like, some time ago probably, but I'm guessing it's gonna be better than my what is it called? My MetaQuest 3. Uh, if it's anywhere near that, it's already a win because the MetaQuest 3 is
I know
great.
Gran
Uh,
Turismo 7 looks pretty awesome,
yeah, I've
and
heard
people
that. Yeah.
say. Anyway, I gotta go. Shut some windows. I'm gonna leave you for about 2 minutes. So I don't know if you
All
wanna
right.
talk to the audience, whatever. I'll be right back.
No, I'm just gonna have dead air. No, I'll talk. Uh, yeah. So like I said, I got the PS5. I got the Portal, um, which I'm definitely going to use. And they did a lot of really cool upgrades to that because initially the Portal didn't seem like a cool or need or a thing that you would even need. The Portal didn't seem that way. But now that you can actually viably play games away from your PS5. And I think they also did an upgrade to where you can use the Portal as a controller because that was another thing that you couldn't do initially. And I thought that was just like stupid. Like it's a full on PS5 Dual Sense. Is it called Dual Sense controller? Why can't I just be able to use that as a controller? I don't need it to be a Wii U gamepad, but it should still function as a controller. But they fixed that. I guess it was an update. And you can even use what is it called? You can even use the Portal without owning a PS5. You have to sign up for PlayStation Network or whatever they're going to call it now because they dropped the network PSN. Um, you can just sign up that and buy games through that and just play straight. I guess you stream to your Portal. That's kind of interesting. Um, yeah, so I went buck crazy and bought all this stuff on a whim. Because I got some stuff used, obviously, and but the used prices were going to go up eventually too because the new went up. So, but yeah, looking forward to adding it to the collection and I guess, basically retiring my PS4 and transferring everything over. So that's gonna be fun.
Definitely don't ever need the PS4 again.
Yeah,
Xbox is the same way. It's just,
yeah.
and
I
even Switch 2. I
I
mean,
sold my Xbox One. I was like, I don't know, get rid of this shit. I
Switch
can get
2
some
is
money out of it.
also like, I mean, Nintendo, they did a good job. I put in Xenoblade Chronicles X Switch 1. I don't even think about it. Like
Yeah,
you can that's the one nice thing about them not doing anything crazy with the UI on Switch 2 because it's just you just
yeah,
put they could have done something and still because PlayStation changed the UI and it still works. But you just put in
yeah,
like I put in Dark Souls 3 after I finished Resident Evil and it loads up. I click on it, boots up. I don't think anything about it. Like there's this, like the old days of like having, you know, each console be different. Yeah, there was some. It was cool, but at the same time, I don't know how many times
yeah,
I get the new Nintendo 64, and my Super Nintendo just got kicked to the side because it's like, it was a different
yeah,
era. But now it's like my PS4 collection. I just keep it all right there, and anytime I put a game in, you don't even think about it. So, and it's a true PS4 Pro, like Ultra Pro. Like it improves the experience. What's Sandstorm?
he couldn't make it because it's getting close to his wedding.
I thought you already got married. I thought he already did. I thought he went and
Maybe what he did um he got officially married, but maybe
They're gonna do.
the wedding is different.
Yeah,
Ceremony, I should
sorry for
say.
my ignorance. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, there's definitely not a lot of like, oh my god, exclusives. You can't play them anywhere else. Games on place. There's only like two, like a couple Astrobots,
Yeah.
and like, I mean, if you,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, is what out there am I going to grab for my PS5? Astrobot for sure. Returnal.
I mean, that's obviously you can play it on PC, but it's I think it's better with the DualSense is really well
Yeah,
utilized.
yeah, there's no point in me getting it on PC. Um, but I'm like Astrobot, Returnal, and I think I'll go back and grab Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, I almost picked that up a couple
Um,
times over the years.
yeah, maybe Ragnarok. You convinced me a
I'm
little
telling
bit
you,
because
like,
I couldn't stand. I mean, I put 30 hours into God of War, but
I
if
really
Ragnarok is anything like that,
the level design to
traversal,
me was the biggest upgrade. Now the
yeah,
game's longer. There's a lot more stuff to do. I don't know what the
yeah,
I wanted at some point. I just decided, I'm pretty close. I'm just gonna platinum this game. It was pretty easy. Like I didn't really have to do too anything crazy. But when I did need to go get something, I was like, oh, I think I missed something in this area, and I went back and it's not, I got it, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna go platinum God of War 2018, and I'm like, oh, I need a chest, and I'm like, I couldn't figure out how to get there. Like I could see it, but I couldn't figure out how the
yeah.
hell to get there. Everything was like a maze.
That shit is clunky as
And
hell
it felt like, oh my
getting
god,
around.
like I couldn't go back.
It
So
reminded me of like my early feelings of like Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Like
yeah,
it's like this game should be more open, but it doesn't feel open. It still feels weird as far as
yeah, it's kind of
getting
like that in
around.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2 when you knew where you needed to go, the map
Right.
didn't help you, and like
Nope.
I just got lost, and I turned the game off. Like I was like, yeah, I'm not feeling this, but um, I'd say
Oh, and
like,
Ghost of Tsushima,
yeah, I'd be
uh,
curious because
Director Scott.
I thought Clocked It was gonna like that game more, because I know he loves like samurai, loves old school stuff, and there's just those moments you get
Yeah.
you upgrade your abilities. So early on, it's not that cool, but you hold the button and you're in like a standoff, and then as soon as they move, you gotta let off the button quick enough, and you can
Yeah.
counter them, and then you can get it so you can do like five in a row, and you're just whoosh, slow motion, whoosh. And it's a little bit skill based. It's not like, oh my god, it's hard to do, but there's times where you're holding that button, you're starting to get tense, and you're like, oh, then you let go too soon, and then they hit you.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna get sucked into that, the whole world and stuff. I didn't expect to love it, to be honest. Like I went into that game pretty pessimistic. I remember Brian.
Trying to find it, but um uh my Ghost of Tsushima uh game, it's like, well, do I want to do that and do the upgrade path, or do I just want to buy the fucking game with everything already on it? And I'm kind of the physical media collector guy in me wants to just go and
Yeah,
fucking rebuy the game.
I will say though,
Same thing for Horizon
with
Forbidden West.
Horizon, I did the $10 to get it, and
Yeah,
it's definitely. I mean, it's a significant upgrade, but Ghost of Tsushima already had a free. You don't even have to pay. You get the 60 FPS in the PS4 Pro, like higher resolution at 60 FPS, just automatic, which made it even weirder that they charge um, for the upgrade. But it did add some, a different little area, I think. So I just played the base. Did I play the PS? Yeah, I played the PS4 game on PS5 at 60 FPS, and stunning game. It's a video game though. Like it's funny how everyone, rightly so, oh, Sony's just all about cinematic games, this and that. That's the most like video gamey feeling video game like out of Sony's, like other than Astrobot. Like it's such a video game, and it's not really trying to hide it. Like it's everything you do outside of like the cutscenes is just obvious video game stuff. Like it just, I don't know. It's a weird, uh I don't know what the word is. Like the two things don't really go together. That's like cinematic feeling, but then just feeling like
Oh,
it's trying to
what's
oxymoron
that
maybe or
word?
something like that. It's just it's like it's a weird combination of
Yeah,
this beautiful setting, this like serious storyline, and then just like very obvious video game elements that are in the
yeah,
game. Like,
yeah.
um, it's just I felt like I was playing a video game the whole time, and I loved it for it. Like it's almost like a throwback. I didn't hear anybody else like say that about the game or point that out, but when I was playing it, it's like, yeah, this is just very video gamey stuff. Like, some
Did
people,
you go back and do anything as far as the Last of Us games? Did you
I
re-up on any of
I
those?
got both. I got them
You got
both
them both?
$30 each for
Yeah,
the Last of Us Part One and the Last of Us Two remastered.
yeah,
Just they're on the disc, like the whole game's on the disc. So obviously
yeah.
there's
Well, I'm not
patches.
starting one over again. I'm guessing it's not. You can't just bring in your old PlayStation
No,
4, yeah, version of Part One. So I'm just gonna beat Part One. I'm too
and
close to
the
the
crazy
end.
thing is they keep patching Last of Us remastered on PS5. Like, I got a PS5 Pro update.
But fuck,
So the PS4 version has a PS5 Pro update. Like
that's weird.
it's like 60, it's native 4K, like it looks pretty good. I went back to it cuz I got it digitally for like $10. So after I got
Yeah,
the part 1, I jumped back and forth, and I got so used to like the new version of Ellie, the more human, like it made it going back to like the PS4 version.
yeah,
I was like, yeah, that definitely a lot less detail in the faces and stuff. And Robert thinks the new version looks off because that's what he's used to. And now I'm used to the new version. I think the old version looks off. But yeah, it's not like if you could personally, I don't know where you're at in the game. I got back into it and got pretty. It's not that long of a game really when
I
you're.
can't remember. Yeah, it's not that long. I can't remember, but I'm thinking of the TV show. I'm in that town where you know
where,
things happen.
where they ambushed.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's still fairly early. But
yeah.
yeah,
I
I
think I'm
mean,
close to. I'm like middle-ish in the game. But
yeah, I mean, Stellar Blade's a really good game. I know, it's notorious for the
oh,
character
Stellar
model,
Blade.
but
Yeah,
the gameplay
it doesn't really
wise,
appeal.
gameplay like the combat, like Terrell actually really loved the combat. There's some elements
Yeah,
though I wish like that's kind of like Crimson Desert. There's some aspects of that game's like what were they like? This doesn't even belong in this game. This feels like a completely different game at times. Some frustrating stuff, but
yeah.
combat
I mean, I'm
wise,
sure I'll end up with that because I'm going to get like the quote unquote exclusives. So, um, Stellar Blade will be eventually. I will eventually buy that one. I'm just thinking like initially what I'm gonna play. Uh,
yeah, with the VR, I definitely probably had Gran Turismo 7. I know it was like
definitely gonna do
I know people were
GT7. I
mad
mean,
about like what it
I'm a
takes to
fan.
actually be able to buy some of the cars in the game, like how many hundreds of hours you need. And I was like, I get that that's a legit complaint, but and I also see the
Yeah,
developer side of it. Like this is like the most exclusive car, and we want to reward players that keep playing the game, So that's their reward is they're be able to buy like a Bugatti or something. But also when you're
yeah,
playing a racing game, I just want to be able to. I don't want to have to go through that much trouble to be able to get the best car because that's why I want to play a racing
right.
game, you know. Um,
Well, in the past, you unlocked all these cars. Well,
you can
that's
unlock them, but
when
you
just
just have to
that.
play like a shit ton of
What I'm
hours.
saying, it didn't take what it takes
Yeah.
now. But I mean, yeah, they're pushing you to buy the goddamn car. I mean, I get it. It's just that's just the
Yeah, I'm
world we
not.
live
I
in
don't
now.
even know. Like, I guess I don't even know. I'm sure there is. I don't need like. Can you like just buy the cars with real world money? Like, can you just say no? I want
I
to buy the car.
I
I
thought
wouldn't be
so, but I could be
surprised.
wrong. I could be wrong. I
The
don't know.
complaint I heard was that just you got to spend like 100 hours just to save up enough to buy one car, like one, not super. Oh, what do they call hypercar in the game?
Hmm.
But maybe there's an option just to buy it, which I would
I
definitely
could
be
be wrong.
against.
Don't quote me on that, but
I wouldn't be
I
surprised in
could.
this day and age. I would not be
Yeah.
surprised. But um,
But yeah, that you're talking about. I understand because it's like, yeah, that was a time where you can just buy a game and that was enough for a studio. Just buy the game once and do whatever you want to do in it. But again, with the cost of the games, and I think something came out recently about, games just being $200 million plus. A lot of games coming out. That's the budget. So yeah, I have to get it. I have to understand, even though
Hmm.
it bothers me as a old school gamer.
Well,
It's just kind of the way it is now.
my work buddy, he like considers a game a failure if like after a month, like they don't need to still play it every day. Like I'm like,
Yeah, I don't understand
that's
those
a
gamers.
different, that's a completely different mindset. PC gamer,
Yeah,
you get with your group of friends, you want to play a game like Diablo 2, he brings up like Diablo 3, Diablo 4. He's like, after a month, like there's nothing left to do. The game's, I'm like, well, not every game has to last for it. Like a month's a good amount of time playing a game, you know? like,
yeah.
like I finished Resident Evil 9 after a couple weeks, and I got 22 hours into it, and I feel like I got my money's worth, but I still kind of want to keep playing it. Just I gotta
Don't you
get up.
just get bored after a while? Like,
I
sure, you want
personally,
to
that's
come
why
back
I
to it.
had to get out of the whole Call of Duty online, like even
Hmm.
Rocket League. After a while, it's just like I'm just doing the same thing
Yeah,
over and over and over.
I had my fill of Rocket League, and I was just like, I guess I'm just done now. That's fine. Moving
It
on.
was like once I just stopped playing 3, 4, 5 times a week, it just
Yeah,
turned it off. I didn't even miss it, to be honest. Like I was like, it was just done. I was just like, I
yeah.
played it for years. I put a lot of time into this game, but I moved
Fond
on.
memories. I think back, look back, and I'm like, yeah, that's
I
cool.
played it on Switch
But
too, and I could barely remember how to do a jump. Like it was like
uh,
I'm trying to do Mario Kart
yeah,
controls.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like, even if I ever got the itch to go back, I would be so lost as far as how to control
And I'm
things.
screwed because I was up to like Diamond 3 in
Mm,
competitive. So even playing casual, it still grouped me with these guys flying through the air, and I couldn't even remember how to like jump and hit the ball. And
yeah,
like I mean, it took me. I had to stop thinking and just start, but I couldn't fly through the air and do what I could do, and all these other people
right.
are, and here I am just struggling, like missing easy shots and missing saves and stuff, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I feel
Hey,
horrible.
you're better than me at the game. But I felt like I was pretty good, especially with like defense and stuff. And I was like, it's daunting to even think about trying to go back
Dude, if
and
I
learn
forgot how
relearn
to
those
play
moves.
after 1,200 hours and all that practice I did, like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'd need to like
That's a
just.
game where you have to consistently be playing. You can't leave it for
I
two,
really,
three months.
if I wanted to get back into it, I'd have to like create a new
And
account
start
with
from the beginning.
Epic and just start
Yeah.
from fresh. That's the only way.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't know. We don't have the usual viewers we have. I don't know, guys. Are we Robert not being here?
Or
We talk about PlayStation 5
we
too
don't have
much.
Robert. Too much
Um,
PlayStation. All right, let's move back to rumor time.
Yeah, Nintendo. There's some room or some leaks. I don't know if I'm not gonna spoil the games, even though it's all over social media. But Nate the Hates reported on like one's a we'll say it's a remake slash or remaster. I won't say which one, and the other's
I
like
wish he had a different name, by the way.
yeah, yeah,
I hate referencing
hmm
Nate the Hate for Nintendo rumors or
and
anything
the
like that.
other's
It's just it seems different.
a new entry in a game. It's that's been we'll say more than 5 years. Um, And then there's supposedly other games. I didn't see a list of those, and it's like Nintendo, what are you waiting for? Also,
Yeah.
it said like the predicted release time frame of the 3D Mario game, um,
Hmm.
and something else. I forget what it was.
Again, if true, that's surprising me because I was one of the maybe few people that was holding on to 3D Mario
Yeah,
this holiday.
they're saying
Um,
2027
yeah,
was the leak or whatever.
which
Um,
would be this is a first for Nintendo, folks, because my point was that there has never been a Nintendo console that dropped that didn't have a new mainline Mario game within the first year. Just it hasn't
mhm.
happened. Um, just go check it out. I'm talking handhelds as well, from Game Boy to DS to 3DS. It just hasn't happened. Nintendo's never missed a Mario game within the first year, or at least that first holiday.
You know what?
Um,
I I
it's different. It's a different time.
I watched some of the impressions and reviews of the Super Mario Wonder Switch 2 edition, and It's native 4K. It does look great. Seeing it in 4K. The new
Is that
content
the
is
Mario game this year? Is that what you're gonna
yeah,
say?
that's why I was thinking of it. But the new
Yeah.
content is it's so not worth $20. It's such a throwaway.
It wasn't worth the treehouse?
Like there's like six things you can do, and five of them are kind of like racing through levels, and I don't know what the sixth one entails. And it's just like we are just talking about doing the same thing over and over. You're just doing those in levels that already existed. Like that's how it was painted in Nintendo Life and GVG. It's just like that was like make some content quick so we can justify the $20 price hike. That's what it feels like. It doesn't feel like, oh, we have this cool new content. We can't just give it away so we can do the $20. This feels like, oh, we want to do $20. Throw something together real quick so we can do the $20. Like, it's just crazy. And it's funny though, listening to the Nintendo Life guy, I didn't recognize who he is. He said something I noticed playing the game originally, Wonder. He goes, yeah, we're rushing through these stages. He goes, without the Wonder Flower, and you're not trying to collect the coins or whatever. He's like, these levels are pretty just basic and short or something. I'm paraphrasing. And that was my complaint when I 100%ed the game. I'm going through the levels. I'm like, when I'm not like doing the Wonder Flower, getting like whatever, I forget the exact thing, the collectible thing in each level. There's they got like star coins and stuff in some of them. When I just would go through the level again, I was like, man, these levels are very basic. Like the one without the Wonder Flower, these levels don't have a lot going on. Retro Death and I actually agreed on that. Without the obviously the gimmick was the Wonder Flower. That's what the levels were made for. But
It's called Super Mario Wonder.
when you're just going through, I just need that last coin, and I don't need the Wonder Flower section to get it. The levels weren't as intricate as I'm used to, and then it was just interesting, or kind of, what do they call that when somebody confirmation bias, I think, when like
Yeah, confirmation
how I
bias.
felt about hearing somebody else say, I was like, yep, I knew it.
Hmm.
One person agrees
Yep.
with me. But yeah, it just seems like it's such a weird release to charge like $80 for that mode in a 4K,
Yeah,
native.
that's
There's no 120. There's no extra bells and whistles. It does look great. I will say the native 4K it looks great. But that could have been a free patch.
is that gonna move me as somebody who's beaten the game? Like, is that all that
No,
compelling?
yeah, you like that unless you really want to replay the game. But I mean,
Yeah.
you got to pay $20 upgrade or rebuy it for 80. That's just
I'm,
crazy, man.
I'm not doing that
So
shit.
to me, that's probably in Nintendo's mind. That's their Nintendo game to go with the movie. Um, I'm kind of torn about
Can
this.
you believe they're pulling this Wii U port shit again? Like,
You know,
like this is a little better than the Wii U port, I guess. But
I think
man,
I
the
said
The Switch sold really well. Why are we doing? Because that was the defense that a lot lot of people were throwing out there when we were
Wii
complaining
U is a
about
failure. It's
Wii
a
U port.
new
Right.
medium. It's disc. It's
Hmm.
cartridge, not disc. They can't bring them over. We have full
Right.
backwards compatibility. Why are we doing this?
Right.
Like,
That. So
like
what's the
if
defense
you want to
now?
release
Well,
a Switch 2 edition or a Switch 2 box and just like keep selling the game because Wonder's not that old and just have it. I mean, but
yeah.
at the same time, like it doesn't seem right, and I don't know, but kind of still Mario. But I want to touch upon the movie, the new poster, the new character. I'm not gonna say it in case people haven't seen it. I'm sure I don't want to be the guy, but so I'm torn about this because I think of a movie
Me
where
too.
they quote unquote spoiled something because they're trying to promote the movie. It's called Oblivion. If you haven't seen the movie, you should. It's like 12 years old now. I think it came out in 2014 or something like that.
Did they spoil it with the trailers and shit?
They showed Morgan Freeman in all the trailers because they want you to go to the movie. So I just watched a reaction. It was the two sisters, the popcorn in bed. They had no idea what this movie was. They didn't even heard of it. So they were absolutely all in that, I don't want to spoil it, but they believed the setup
It's
of the movie.
yeah.
they were all in. They did not expect to see any other humans in the movie, so they were absolutely like stunned when Morgan Freeman reveals himself in that movie. And I was like, a lot of people were like, that was such a cool thing. But if you knew he was in the movie, you're just waiting for him to be in the movie. Like they were promoting him
Yeah.
in the trailers. So
I don't remember so what about you? Because I was gonna say I agree, and that was my experience. It's just like theirs. I never the one I think one of the reasons the movies didn't do well because they didn't put a lot of money into the
I don't
budget
think
of
it was. I think it was a hard sell
marketing.
too. Like, what is the
Yeah, and it's
movie?
a hard sell, right? And so I don't remember seeing. I maybe saw one trailer, but I don't remember seeing other people, humans in the.
Well, I
I don't
knew.
remember seeing Morgan Freeman at all.
Yeah, they showed him in the
That's not what
trailer.
sold me on the movie.
What the
Yeah.
surprise to me was the clone thing. That was the surprise when
Mhm.
I saw the movie.
That was an awesome surprise as
Yeah,
well.
but I'm like, so if whoever makes the product now, maybe maybe the director pushed like no, and he at that point, I think it's the guy that directed Top Gun Maverick, if I'm not mistaken, directed Oblivion.
Oh, McQuarrie? Is that
No,
McQuarrie?
it was
No.
yeah, pretty sure it's Oblivion guy. At that point, he didn't have
Oh, okay.
he
Yeah.
had like one like a movie that bombed I think before that, so he might have been like no, don't promote Morgan Freeman in this film, and the studio might have said we
Yeah.
don't care, we're going to.
It's Morgan Freeman. There's no way. I'm not
Um,
gonna put it in.
so that in that situation, I think the people involved spoiled something that could have been cool for the first time viewer, and I kind of feel like in some ways people are overreacting because you haven't seen the movie yet. Like,
Right.
is this going to be some amazing moment that's ruined for you, or is it just going to be like, oh, there he is, like,
Yeah.
yeah, he's just there, he's in the
Right.
he's talked to Mario.
I feel like obviously I haven't seen the movie yet. I feel like it's gonna be a significant like wow
Yeah,
reveal, and then because how else can you not do it? You're merging another Nintendo world. We never even I hadn't never even thought about that being a situation ever. Like but it makes a lot of sense when you talk about Super Mario Galaxy, and you're like, well, yeah, that makes sense if you're gonna bring these characters in, bringing them into the Galaxy game because it fits. It's very hard for me to talk around this thing,
yeah. Well,
because,
it's hard to
not
not
spoiling it.
put in anything space related from the Nintendo's catalog of games, though. To be honest,
Yeah,
like I honestly think I'm a little disappointed in the fact that I think that this movie could be like, let's try to springboard a couple other movies in this one movie, which to me never really turns out, never feels genuine. Like doesn't I don't feel like it's ever gone like smoothly when they're like, oh, this character's gonna be in this movie, and then
yeah,
you find out later, oh, they're getting a TV show. That's why like it felt like half-assed, like in the movie itself. Like I'd say Wakanda Forever. Like I thought they completely botched the Riri Williams in that movie. Like she's so underutilized in that movie. Like and then I knew she has a show afterwards because I watched it years later. And I'm like, knowing that she had the Ironheart show, she was really like barely utilized at all in that movie. And I was like, that just felt
yeah,
like a misfire. Like
yeah.
they
Well,
set her up
yeah.
in the beginning, but by the end of the
Mhm.
movie, I'm like, oh wait, I forgot she was in the
Oh
movie.
yeah, oh yeah. She's in this shit.
Then they just gave the CGI
Come watch the
suits.
TV show. Come
Yeah.
over here to Disney
Then I
Plus.
watched Multiverse of Madness, not having seen WandaVision, and I'm like, luckily I heard the entire plot of that show. Otherwise, I would have been completely lost.
Yeah. I was gonna say honestly, even with that, the movie was a letdown as far as bringing over kind of Wanda stuff from the show. I
Yeah,
felt like it was anyway. Um,
but not to get on that, but I just feel
yeah,
like
yeah,
for Nintendo, like I'm not feeling betrayed. Like I don't. Without having seen the movie, now if I see the movie, I'm like, yeah, that would
yeah,
have been awesome to keep secret. That's when I'm waiting to see the movie before I'll get mad about it.
yeah.
But
But
I'm also
what are
like,
the chances that you would actually that would have been secret? Like, unless you went opening night and shit, like somebody would have ruined that shit. I think
yeah, but even
somewhere.
if you went opening night and people are like, oh my god, there's something really cool. There's a cool character that gets shows up in this movie.
Yeah,
Um, but if it's like, I don't know. I kind of feel like people acted that way about Age of Calamity trailer when they showed you could play as the Divine Beast, and then it turns out that like they kind of sucked in the game. Like for me, I thought the Divine Beast sections were horrible, and I remember Retro Death being angry that they spoiled that, and I'm like, I mean,
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
They're promoting their game. Like they want you to
Yeah.
they want you to buy the game, so they're showing you
Right.
something that they try to get you excited. So I can't be mad at them. And then after I played the game, I was like, yeah, that was definitely not the best part of the game. But what did I do here? Oh,
But it looks really good in a trailer or a commercial.
yeah.
The way
So,
they show it. So
when
I
see
get it.
I'm gonna wait till I see the movie to decide like that if that was a
Yeah.
stupid decision or if that made sense. But if you're gonna promote him this late, like he didn't even get to be part of the press tour, so, and he's a pretty popular actor right now. So
Yeah.
um,
I will say I'm more excited about the possibilities because this character is in the movie than I am about them actually being in the movie.
yeah,
Like, cause I hadn't all the Nate the Hate rumor stuff. I didn't see. I don't know if that came out before this reveal or not. Did it?
I didn't hear nothing. I heard
Okay. Because the minute I saw that reveal, that character reveal for the movie, the poster, I was like, oh, there's definitely a game now.
Yeah.
There's definitely a game coming, and that made me way more excited than whatever he's going to.
I can't see them doing a Star Fox movie. The IP is just not popular enough to do like their own. Oops.
Yeah, you just spoiled it.
I can't see them. I can't see them doing a movie based on that game.
All dancing around.
Bleep that
which
out.
is fine with me because I want to talk about Star Fox.
Yeah.
God damn it! Oh my god, I'm so excited, bro.
And he looks cool. The poster looks cool.
It looks great. And I
Glenn Powell's a perfect fit for him, probably.
Glenn Powell is perfect. Again, very perfect. And I will say, because I actually just did a video about this. I haven't uploaded it yet, but here's a little sneak peek. A really cool thing about Star Fox 64 specifically, because that's the Star Fox game for me, was that when it came out, I said in the video I did, because I couldn't exactly remember, I thought it came out before my birthday, but it actually came out the day after my birthday in 97. And I always talk about how that was like the last kind of toy game that my mom bought for me. So there's that memory of that. And they're talking like this game could come out in June also. And man, what a fucking full circle of amazement that would be if that's the case. I'd be super excited. And the little kid in me is bursting out. But yeah, great announcement. Again, I was surprised, but amazed.
Maybe they realized that the secret wasn't. Maybe they already figured out somebody was gonna leak him.
Yeah, maybe they were trying to beat somebody to the punch.
That could be. So I hate without knowing the whole story and not seeing the movie.
Because I'd rather get it this way. Because obviously it did really well online. The trailer bumped up and all kinds of stuff happened.
I don't think he has enough appeal to like make like improve the pre-sales, like the ticket sales. If I don't know what they're at. I don't know if what's her face covers
the poster views or whatever it was. It's like in the 30 millions, 30%. Like that's like
the game only sells a couple million.
I know, that's what I was gonna say. Star Fox is so fucking weird.
Could it be from Smash?
Everybody loves Star Fox, but nobody's buying the goddamn games. But again, the best Star Fox games to me are Star Fox and Star Fox 64. They haven't really gotten that good since. So a lot of it is nostalgia for those two games specifically. So I get it, and every time a Star Fox game comes out, you want it to be that. You wanted to have that feeling, and we just haven't gotten.
Well, they can't recapture that. That Star Fox is the first game that had stuff for me coming at 3D stuff coming at the screen where I was literally ducking, like how people played Mario with the controller. I was literally ducking. You can never do that again. And so the original. The only thing they could do is make it VR. You got the VR.
They could make it VR. That
That could change. That could be the game changer because I really like Star Fox Zero. Now there was a few missions. Some of the missions that you did a couple times, like with the little robot or the little like drone thing. Like
yeah.
what are we doing here? But the core, I actually like the dual screen. I got really good at that while flying, like aiming with
Hmm.
that and like multitasking. Now, do I need that? No. I would rather have like take the visuals, make sure the visuals like let's get a true next gen 4K Star Fox game. Like I want it. It doesn't even have to be 4K. I'd rather have like amazing real time lighting and stuff than and have it be 1080p or something. But I just want you know I want it to look amazing and be a true Star Fox game. Like
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know if
that's the
that's
thing about
gonna
the Star
sell,
Fox
but
games. They've always been like hardware showcase pieces. At least initially, that was what they
mm-hmm,
did. They showcased Super Nintendo and the FX chip, and then Star Fox 64 showcased the Rumble Pack
mm-hmm.
and just 3D visuals and whatnot. Um, and then it gets a little bit murkier when you get to like Star Fox Adventures, but it did have that really cool fur Star Fox
Yeah,
fur
and that was
effect.
like beautiful game. Like that's
Yeah,
one of
and
the
it's
best
just a
looking
beautiful
games.
game. Yeah, still, it's one of the best looking games on GameCube. And then you get to Assault, and you're like, I don't really like the character designs. I don't like the insectoid looking like ship designs and whatnot. And these voice actors are annoying as shit.
Mm-hmm.
And the controls for the foot missions were just not good on foot missions, and uh, so that's what they can do to wow us. If they want to wow, what's going to be the wow thing for Star Fox Switch 2? Perfect that seamlessness of fucking running, getting into your R wing or jumping into your landmaster, or from your landmaster to your R wing, and going out into space seamlessly.
Yeah.
That could be the wow. Like holy
Also,
shit! Like they. That's the thing.
I don't.
Yeah.
To me, it's hard to 64. I was a little, I guess, a little bit let down. I mean, still played the game a lot, but Star
Yeah.
Fox, the original Star Fox, was my like first experience with a game where it felt like a movie, like the intro. Now it was the music. I mean, obviously the visuals were just basic polygons, but the voice acting, the music, like these sound effects, even some of the boss intros. The most cinematic game I had played at that time. I never even thought about movies
Right.
in game like gaming feeling like a cinematic movie. I didn't really feel that personally with 64 other than the this feels like Independence Day thing, but like overall
Yeah,
the
the Independence Day
presentation,
moment.
I didn't feel like they went more into like the cartoony character stuff than like making this feel as epic as possible. So that would be
Really? Because like
I just didn't feel it as
I
much with
totally,
64.
especially when you get to Andros or you're headed, and you first of all, just unlocking the true path and all that kind of shit. That's what makes Star Fox to me. That kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then like you're basically talking to fucking Obi-Wan at the end. Your dad's talking to you and
Yeah.
shit. Spoiler alert if you haven't played this 30-year-old game. Um, your dad's talking to you as you're approaching Andros and shit. That was super cinematic to me, and I would switch from like third person to cockpit view a lot because I wanted that kind of
Mm-hmm.
feel. And that definitely, I mean, obviously just the voice acting alone, like bumped the game up. Like real voice,
Yeah.
not just
Mm-hmm.
like you got in the Super Nintendo game. You got full on voice acting, and it just felt super epic. A lot of those
I
battles
mean, yeah,
felt
after the missions are
really
like,
epic.
burp, 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 that
Yeah.
the energetic music and your ship's flying. Like it
Hmm.
looked visually, it looked stunning. Like,
Yeah.
but for some reason, it just didn't quite go into that same movie quality like of the first game as far as
Yeah,
how
I
it
don't know
made
if
me
I would
feel.
say movie, but it felt this game was the one that felt like the inspiration that Miyamoto had for even making Star Fox, which was those old what was it called? The TV show with the puppets and shit.
Oh
Um,
yeah, um,
I can't think of the goddamn name of it right now.
was it a
But I
Jim
used to
Henson
love.
one?
No, no, no. It was like it was marionette puppets, kind of like
Mm.
Team America and shit.
Oh yeah,
That's where they got their inspiration for that movie from. I can't think of the show. Somebody please in the I know Visor no telling me Visor. That marionette show. That Star Fox 64 was the one that actually felt like, oh yeah, okay, now I totally see the inspiration. And thank you, Lenny Wright. Thunderbolts. Because for the first one, Star Fox, it was just about the box art. The box art looked like Thunderbolts. It looked
Mm-hmm.
like what you got from that TV show. But it wasn't until like for me, it wasn't until Star Fox 64 where it actually felt like I was
Was it
playing the show.
Thunderbolts or Thunderbirds?
Thunderbirds, not Thunderbolts. Thunderbirds, yes. Thunderbolts is the Marvel
What
shit.
about Thundercats? Was that one too? Was
Thundercats.
there a Thundercats?
Thundercats is the
Thundercats! Ho!
Thundercats. Oh, yeah, the cat people
Yeah, the
on
He-Man cat
Thundera.
people.
Yeah, the He-Man cat people on Thundera.
Didn't they
Um,
have robots too? Did they have like robot animals or no?
no,
No.
that you probably just remember like the tank, Panthera's tank.
Mm,
It kind of
yeah.
transformed. It would
Well, I
stand up
want to
and shit.
I want to get back to this one thing because it's you know, airs, you know, he likes to say things, but for me there has to be on rails has to be like 50% of the game. I don't care. That's 2026. I want on rails Star Fox action. That's to me was oh, and then you can
It
take
has to
break
be.
your
It has to
path.
be on rails.
You can have
Yes.
sections like in Star Fox Zero. There was that cool, almost like Halo. Remember, there's like a
Hmm.
ring that there was some pretty cool free roam areas
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah. I love
Um,
that. I thought that was awesome.
but just like the core, there has to be like a good amount of core on rails missions. Maybe find alternate paths, get the gold, get the silver. Like otherwise, I don't know what they could do to Star Fox. What kind of game could it be if it's a spaceship shooter? Could you make?
Well, I just told you they tried to do it with Star Fox Assault.
Yeah, I'm not saying
Um,
I'm yeah get on the ground, but I mean like the actual when you're flying your ship.
oh, when you're
What else
flying your
could you
ship.
do? Like if you don't make it like a points based level based system, then what is it? You know, like I guess like something more like what's that mech game Ex Machina on Switch in Switch 2 the
Oh,
sequel
Damon X Machina.
Daemon Ex
Yeah.
Machina like maybe just more of an open area. I don't know. I for me it's got to be on rails at least a good chunk of it. But
My Damon X Machina box up there.
yeah. Like what's
The first one.
Armor Core? Like I never played an Armor Core game. What kind of games are those? Like
Oh, they're pretty. You know, they're mission based mech games. There's the structure to them. It's pretty simple. You just go into level after level and a mission structure, typical mission structure. Um, yeah, I don't know. You're gonna have to incorporate, I think, all these things to make it that game that surprises.
well, what would be
Um,
like Ace Combat? I know they still make those. Like I've never played one, but is that just dogfighting? Is that
Ace Combat
missions?
is mostly dog fights.
Just feels like
They're mostly on rails, from what I remember.
there's got to
Um,
be like I don't know.
but
Either
does that work anymore?
yeah, I don't know. Like I agree with theirs that they probably won't sell great. Like it's not going to sell millions of copies probably, but like a standard on rails Star Fox game, but I don't know.
But wasn't part of the rumor is that they're spending some money on this game.
I didn't see.
Uh, I think that was part of the rumor that they're actually putting some budget behind this Star Fox. Again, I think that's Nintendo is. I really want to bring out these characters. Obviously, they're pumping them out in movies, and they want the movies to make the games sell better, and the games to make the movies sell better. So, I think if you're gonna make that kind of an effort to pump out these franchises, you have to game has to have more depth than just on rail shooting,
Mm-hmm.
and even just open all range mode levels. You're gonna have to add some real story to them. Don't go too crazy. I think there's a lot of story already there that they just don't explore that well in the Star Fox universe. So
I mean, if they're
they,
putting him in
they
the
just kind of go
movie,
arcadey with it.
like like if he's got a big name actor and he's gonna be in the movie a decent amount, like that's the
Mhm.
time to put a game out. Like,
And do we get Star Wolf, or do we just get the Star Fox crew? Do we
yeah,
like
I don't know.
why are Star Fox? Why are they there? Is there something? Is Andros gonna pop in? Like
Personally, like, I get why
it's
I'm.
it's changing things.
I personally would rather just it be a Mario movie. Like, I know it's the second one, but
Yeah.
um,
I
like,
don't foresee him having a huge role. Like, I think there'll be a little side mission that does incorporate with the main story, and Fox and the team will help out with that because we are dealing with ships, and so you could have an armada for sure.
yeah, it's gonna be interesting because it's a 93-minute movie, so it's not like they extended the
Yeah,
length. Unless
yeah.
I
So
thought
you
that's what
don't
I
expect
saw.
it to get too deep. It's not going to get too overly deep
No,
there, but
I do got to give a shout out to Brie Larson. She definitely, when she was promoting Captain Marvel, she said some stuff that was a little, it's like just 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 promote your movie, whatever. She got on people's nerves. I agree that she got mistaken. I think she was joking when she talked about she's gonna be the next Tom Cruise. It didn't come across jokingly, but I think she's just not very good at joking or being funny. She got a lot of hate, whatever. But seeing her like joy, like on this press tour, I've watched a bunch of clips, watched a bunch of interviews. Like she's just loving life. Like, I will say I question a little bit. Somebody did a little a trivia, and she didn't some movie. There were some movie quotes. One was like from the first Mario movie. She didn't know it was Princess Peach, a quote from that. But there was something gaming
eh,
related.
like
There was something gaming related, like a Mario game, that she didn't even seem to like say, "Oh, I should have known." Like she just didn't know it and didn't even
yeah,
like.
if it's an obvious
I
Mario
was like,
universe miss, then that's
she didn't know
bad.
that. That's a little suspicious. I mean, but she did play Mario Galaxy 2. She did, she didn't struggle at all at getting through the couple levels they played, and she genuinely seems to be loving that she's in the movie, and then that promoting the movie sounds like she's having a blast, and that's I can't hate on that. Like it bugs me when like Jack Black or somebody like they try to make them, oh, I grew this Bowser was my dream or whatever, whoever it was. I think it might have been DK. And then like the most
Let's say
basic.
Jack Black, I think, is a genuine player of video
I
games, but
thought that till I watched one of his YouTube streams,
I
and
could
yeah,
be wrong.
yeah, he's not very good. He was not very good.
Okay.
So maybe he was back in the day, but
Yeah, I was gonna say he probably
I don't
doesn't
think
play games
during COVID,
like
I
he
think
used
he
to.
did a little live stream some games, and he
Mhm.
kind of sucked. So, um, but just like
That's fine.
the
That's fine.
Nintendo Direct, where the cast, you could tell like they were just reading whatever was written. A couple of them didn't really give off the vibes like they even wanted to be there, like. And then Bree's like, "Oh my god, I'm on a Nintendo Direct," so it's just cool to see. I
Yeah.
hope the movie's great. I'm still cautious, like I'm still worried they're gonna throw in like a bunch of random pop music or popular music from instead of like just
That's keeping
using.
you up at night. I know.
And I'm just like that could completely transform the movie one way or the other for me. Like, okay, the first movie, hopefully you
There's
learned.
literally no need for it. Like we
Yes,
talked about this before about how cinematic like an orchestral
the
Mario Galaxy
Mario's
music already is
hmm
in just Mario game. Like you don't need to do any pop
iconic.
song shit.
And then watching
Yeah.
that clip with the DK in the first movie where they put in what's the composer's name of the Donkey Kong Country?
Oh,
Um, Whoever it
goodness
was,
gracious.
the guy from Retro, I think, or
Uh,
Rare. He worked on
yeah, from
ukulele.
Rare. Fuck.
Hearing
I'm
that
ashamed.
put in with
Grant Kirkhope.
with the dialogue, with the sound effects, I'm like, it's the damn Donkey Kong Country like core music remixed into this beautiful. It fit the scene so perfectly. I'm
Yeah.
like, they cut this out for Aha, which I love. Take on Me. It's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, I've loved it for
And
every
I'm like,
1033 song or movies I've seen it in.
I was like in the
Uh,
theater, like, what the fuck is like? I wasn't just like watching it, thought about it later. I was in the moment watching the movie. that song came on, and I was like, what the hell why is this song playing? This is so stupid. I was like literally watching it in anger at that moment. Like
Yeah.
it just,
Well, here's the thing: the only people who are even gonna know that song are like the parents and shit that are watching the movie, the people that are our age. We don't even want to hear that shit. The kids ain't gonna know what that shit is. So what is the point
I mean,
of having that in the
it's an
movie?
upbeat, feel
Yeah, I
good
get that.
song, but and then that scene, it just made no sense. We're showing you the DK's world here, whatever they called it.
Yeah.
It's not an island in the movie.
But the Mario Brothers song is also upbeat. We're the Mario Brothers,
Yeah,
bum heads that game. Like that's upbeat as well. Like you don't
like
need to
I
put
just
that
want
stuff.
Mario music, and I just want to be, I want goosebumps. I want to be grinning ear to ear. I don't want to be like disappointed, like by
Getting pulled out
anything.
of the movie.
So, and it sucked when I saw it. Also, I'll sit up in the back, that way I won't have people around me. And I was right, like the rear surround speaker was literally like 5 feet from my head, and it was blaring so loud I had to move, and it
Yeah.
just really distracted me. So when I saw Project Hail Mary, I sat same theater, I sat like halfway up the row, and I was like, yeah, this is the seats I'm gonna go for the Mario movie. I'm not gonna make that mistake again. But um, does that come out this Friday or Thursday?
Wednesday.
Wednesday? Yeah, that's right. They're gonna do
Yep.
the extended weekend box
Mm,
office. Get the
yeah.
extra couple days in
So
that.
does this mean anything for future world colliding
Oh yeah,
stuff
there's gonna be more than
for Nintendo characters?
I'm predicting. Samus will be in this movie. There's
That's what I
no
was gonna say. Like, are we gonna see Samus's ship
there's no
fly by the
way
gunship?
they're not gonna do that if because I guess that's a more realistic setting. The Star Fox is talking animals, so it kind of fits better. But I'd be shocked if they don't set up at least two other movies.
But is there gonna be a Metroid movie? Who's gonna watch that shit? At least a CGI one. I think
I
if you
Yeah, that's a
did it
tough
up
one
and that's gonna be a tough
because you're
sell
gonna have to do a
as well.
PG-13 live action like Alien type movie.
Yeah.
I mean, they did it. Predator Badlands is PG-13. They just use androids instead of humans to get killed. But um, it just sucks because the true like Metroid game, like our movie, like if they made it to like appease like all the diehard longtime fans, would basically be like an Alien movie, like creepy, horror esque, like
Yeah.
that's I think the movie of most people would want, but that's not the movie they would make. They would try to make a
Well,
I
I
hate
don't think a creepy horror alien movie works when you're walking around in a ancient robot suit. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's not going to be the same like vulnerabilities as an alien
yeah
movie. Yeah, you want that kind of feel, that kind of an H.R. Giger look. But I don't know if you're actually gonna want an aliens or aliens
it's
type of
tough. Yeah,
movie.
it's a tough because I think I'm only saying this because it's sitting right here. I think they would go for a Guardians of the Galaxy like team up, kind of like the
Hmm.
Federation. They'd have your comic relief, and Samus be more of a stoic
Oh,
character, and then it'd just be more of an adventure. And maybe she don't
yeah,
have her
like what they should
suit.
have done with the Halo show.
She probably wouldn't. I
Uh,
could see them not even having her suit right away. Like,
yeah,
that would be
yeah,
something.
yeah.
So, like, I'm sure there's creative people out there that could come up with a great. I mean, look at the Fallout show. Like, who would have thought a Fallout show would be so
That's
good?
true.
You
I
know.
did not see that shit coming at all, and that shit works so well.
So, but yeah. So I'll be going back to back weekends, going to the theater for the first time, and I can't even. I'm telling you, a decade
Mm.
plus, going back to back weekends. Um,
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing that too, but I'm gonna be doing it opposite. So I'm gonna watch Mario first,
mhm.
and then go back and watch Project Hail Mary.
Yeah, I thought
So
it's a good movie, but I
yeah,
just felt like sad and kind of depressed the whole time because it's a depressing idea. The movies itself isn't trying to
is
be
it more
sad.
depressing than Interstellar? because I found that shit to be somewhat depressing as
I
well.
mean, I didn't feel the sense of dread and depression watching Interstellar like I did Project Hail Mary. Like,
Oh, there was definitely some sense of dread
I
for
mean, it
me.
was there, but I didn't feel it as prevalent. It's trying to be funny. It's the person who wrote The Martian. There's a lot of funny like
Yeah.
lines in the movie, but I just couldn't shake this feeling that movie gave me. And maybe if I watch it again, I won't feel that. But I was like, man, I'm not like anxious to rewatch this. I thought it was good, but I'm not like, oh my god, I can't wait till that comes out on 4K Blu-ray. I'm gonna watch it. Like I was just like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna sit watch that again for a few years. Like, um, but some people absolutely love it. Like Robert Rule 2 seen it 3 times already. It's a slow burn, especially the first like hour. Very slow burn.
Yeah.
But
Surf Ninja. Only Surf Ninjas I know is the one with what's his name? Rob. What's the dude? The comedian.
remember when people joked
The
about Surf
comedian
Ninja doesn't become to the end of the series?
Ernie Reyes Jr.
Oh,
and Rob, whatever his name is, and Leslie Nielsen was the villain in Asian Face.
oh, really?
Yeah, that movie was so strange. It's called Surf Ninjas.
Mm.
Um, it was a strange movie. It came out right around the time of like uh, Secret of the Ooze, Turtles 2, and it was like right in there.
Hmm.
And I remember the kid had like a what's the Sega handheld?
Game Gear.
The Game Gear. He had like a Game Gear that could see like the bad guys coming. It was a weird fucking movie. And when you say Surf Ninjas, that's all I can think of. By is it? I
Uh,
don't know what
I
else.
mean, yeah, you don't want to wait to the like the end for like Samus to become, in the suit and stuff. But I think it'd be weird to just pick up her already being a bounty hunter. I don't know. You never know, because we know a lot of the lore. We've played a lot of the
Yeah.
games. What would a new audience person just accept it, or would they rather have it be more of an
Oh no, you
origin?
got to do an origin story. You got to. This is her first movie.
And
You got to do even we have to accept an origin story because I want to see basically her getting adopted and that whole sequence of
well, watching
losing her
reaction
parents and all that
channels,
kind of stuff.
people love origin movies. Watching all the reaction movie or video reactions I've watched to movies, people seem to love origin
Yeah.
stories. Um, but yeah, it's gonna be hopefully the movie just is really good, like what I wanted the first movie to be, and I was hoping the critical reception would be. I think it ended like was that in like the 50s, the Metacritic or Rotten Tomato from Mario. I think it was really low. The critics were all over the Mario movie. The audience score was pretty high. Um, I just want this to be just like a really good animated film. Like I don't want to hear like, oh, it kind of just jumps around. It's kind of too the pacing's too fast. There's no real depth to it. They're just kind of getting the cliff notes of the world and stuff. Like I want it to be like I said this about the first movie. I want it to just absolutely destroy the Sonic movies. Like this is the new it. This is the video game adaptation that everyone says praises or puts at the top of their list. That's what I would want. I'm sure every Nintendo fan would want that. Whether you thought the first movie was that or not, I guess objectively it wasn't, just because the critic reviews weren't there. But then you had some people who just didn't understand Mario. Won't name any names, but she just completely didn't understand why there was a cat suit.
It is completely lost, which
Why
is
is Bowser
insane.
obsessed with Peach? That's just
Like
creepy. Like
just
that's
having some inkling of ideas of what video games are about or like or what they used to be like 90s and shit. Like I just for her to be so baffled
why is Bowser
is
obsessed with Peach? Because she's pretty much the only thing out there. She's the only female out there,
right.
really. Like, but yeah.
Like he because Bowser is Bluto from fucking Popeye. That's
Mm-hmm.
why. That's literally the
Yeah,
inspiration for
it's
that
not that
whole
hard.
those whole relationship is Bowser, Bluto, and Popeye.
And the
Excuse
annoying
me,
thing
Bluto,
is
olive oil, and Popeye.
and Grace is all about the girl power stuff, and Peach was she's a a capable female character. She
Yeah.
wasn't a damsel in distress. Like, what was there to complain about? Like, Jesus. But I just want it to be like this, a really good movie, like that Hoppers movie. I didn't know existed till a week ago. Never heard of it. Everyone's like, "Oh my God, this is Pixar's back." This movie, everyone seems to love this movie. I don't even know what it's about. And I was like, I'm not saying Mario. I had ever expected Mario to get to that level, but just get to like people like, "Oh my God, you got to go see the Mario Galaxy movie. It's so good." That's what I'm. That's what I want. That's what I'm hoping for. And for some people, that the first movie was that, but I want it to be more than just the diehard fans, Mario fans that think that. I want the average person, like some people at work that I talk to, just like, "Oh wow, yeah, you got to go see the Mario movie. Oh, it's so good. You got to go see it." Like that's what I'm hoping. Like Avengers was like that. Like everyone's like, "Oh my God, Avengers is so good. You got to go see it. Go see it at the theater. It's so good." So that's what I'm hoping for. Um, I don't trust Illumination enough to think that they're actually going to pull it off, but that's what I hope for. But this could be Illumination's first like great sequel though. Like they could finally pull off like some people said Sing 2. I didn't watch it, so I don't know. Sing 2 was all right, I guess.
I don't like those movies.
Yeah.
So I'm a little
I don't
biased.
like.
Again, if you don't like the little pop music section in Mario in the Mario movie, you will hate Sing because that's all Sing is. It's like remember this song and remember
Yeah.
that song. Like for me, Sing doesn't have those Sing movies don't have a lot of substance. It's all about like member berries and pop songs, and I don't think it holds up without that stuff. That's my biggest issue with the Sing movies.
Yeah, I never watched them, so.
Yeah. Well, I as a father of semi young kids and a teacher, I'm forced to. I'm forced, especially as a teacher, because my students, are middle school age. They love that. They love those movies.
All right.
But
Well, we'll be back next week. I'm guessing Robert's gonna see it. I'm gonna see it. Are you planning on see it this
I'm
weekend?
gonna see it. Yeah, I'm gonna see it this week.
So
I'll probably go Friday.
we'll be talking
The
about
weekend. I'll have
that
time.
and anything else that comes up. Hopefully, no more price increases. Switch 2 price gonna go up. Um,
Yeah.
maybe there could be a direct. I don't know. We got a couple months, but I feel like there's gonna be a direct here, and I guess they could wait till
Well, that was
June.
also part of the rumors too. We'll get one until June.
That's crazy. Like, what are
Um,
you waiting for? Like, just tell us what games are coming this like the rest of this year. Like, what?
no, we're waiting for June. Apparently, they want to have a big blowout in June. Which, if they do, then I'm fine.
Yeah,
If they go to June, well, actually, Star Fox is supposed to be revealed this month. That's the rumor. That's part of
that's
the rumor,
crazy.
which is insane. Uh, I don't know if that just actually was, well, no, this month, as in April.
Yeah,
It's supposed to be revealed in April. So that's cool. I hope that's true. And again, Nate, he's been surprisingly pretty accurate. I, I'm always really skeptical of like insiders and leakers and whatnot,
mm-hmm.
but he has been pretty on point about Nintendo, which says a lot. So uh, I hope this is true because that's the one game that I won't give a shit if Mario don't come out this year. If they drop Star Fox, I'm good. I don't care what y'all do for the rest of the year. Give me a brand new fantastic Star Fox game. So
All right. So with that, we'll get out of here, and we'll be back next week, and hopefully,
yeah.
just
Bet you didn't even notice my R wing back there.
I didn't see the arrow. The cartridge was drawing my eye
Well,
though.
I just meant like everybody. Yeah, it's a little covered, but
I didn't really care for that. The Starlink.
yeah, I know you didn't.
But yeah, we'll be back, and hopefully, I'm grinning ear to ear telling you about how much I like the Mario movie. Honestly, that's what I want. Like, I don't want to be disappointed. I don't want it to let me down. So we'll find out next week. See you guys.
Peace.
Fuck, man, my throat's sore. I painted. I'm making this projector shelf for a guy because he's hanging it from the ceiling, and